Money for Nothing is a 1993 comedy, crime film directed by Ramon Mendez. It is based on a reporter's article about the life of Joey Coyle, an unemployed longshoreman in Philadelphia who, on February 26, 1981, found $1. Small Time Crooks is a 2000 American crime comedy film directed, written, and starring Woody Allen, along with actresses Elaine May and Tracey Ullman as well as actor Hugh Grant. Ullman received a nomination for a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Musical or Comedy, and May won the Best Supporting Actress citation at the National Society of Film Critics Awards. The Distinguished Gentleman is a comedy starring Eddie Murphy. The film was directed by Jonathan Lynn. In addition to Murphy, the film stars Lane Smith, Cheryl Lee Ralph, Joe Don Baker, James Garner, Victoria Royal, Grant Shawd, Kevin McCarthy, Charles S. The Producers is a 2005 American musical comedy film directed by Susan Stroman. The film stars Nathan Lane, Matthew Broderick, Uma Thurman, Will Ferrell, Gary Beach, Roger Bart and John Lovitz. The film is an adaptation of the 2001 Broadway musical, which in turn was based on the 1968 film of the same name starring Zero Mostel, Gene Wilder, and Andreas Voutsinas. Millions is a 2004 British comedy drama film directed by Danny Boyle, and starring Alex Attell, Lewis McGibbon, and James Nesbitt. The screenwriter Frank Cottrell Boyce adapted his novel while the film was in the process of being made. Shallow Grave is a 1994 British dark comedy crime film that marked the cinematic directorial debut of Danny Boyle with an original screenplay by John Hodge. The film also provided starring roles for the then relatively little-known actors Ewan McGregor, Christopher Eccleston and Carrie Fox. 21 is a 2008 American heist drama film directed by Robert Lukitic and stars Jim Sturgis, Kevin Spacey, Lawrence Fishburne, Kate Bosworth, Leslie Lapira, Jacob Pitts, and Aaron Yu. The film is inspired by the true story of the MIT blackjack team told in Bringing Down the House, the best-selling book by Ben Mesrich. Catch Me If You Can is a 2002 American biographical crime drama film based on the life of Frank Abagnale, who, before his 19th birthday, successfully performed cons worth millions of dollars by posing as a Pan American World Airways pilot, a Georgia doctor, and a Louisiana parish prosecutor. The Big Bounce is a 2004 comedy heist film starring Owen Wilson, Charlie Sheen, Sarah Foster and Morgan Freeman. It was directed by George Armitage and based on a novel of the same name by Elmore Leonard. Paycheck is a 2003 sci-fi thriller film based on the short story of the same name by science fiction writer Philip K. Dick. The film was directed by John Woo and stars Ben Affleck, Uma Thurman and Aaron Eckhart. What Happens in Vegas is a 2008 American romantic comedy film from 20th Century Fox starring Cameron Diaz and Ashton Kutcher. The title is based on the Las Vegas marketing catchphrase What Happens in Vegas, Stays in Vegas. Indecent Proposal is a 1993 drama film based on the novel of the same name by Jack Engelhard. It was directed by Adrian Lyne and stars Robert Redford, Demi Moore, and Woody Harrelson. It Could Happen to You is a 1994 American romantic comedy drama film starring Nicolas Cage and Bridget Fonda. It is the story of New York City police officer who wins the lottery and splits his winnings with a waitress. Mad Money is a 2008 comedy crime film starring Diane Keaton, Queen Latifah and Katie Holmes, and directed by Collie Cowrie. It is loosely based on the 2001 British film Hot Money. A Simple Plan is a 1998 American neo-noir crime thriller film, and an adaptation of the 1993 novel of the same name by Scott B. Smith, who also wrote the screenplay. Directed by Sam Raimi, the film stars Bill Paxton, Billy Bob Thornton and Bridget Fonda. No Country for Old Men is a 2007 American neo-western neo-noir thriller film directed by Joel and Ethan Coen, based on the novel by Cormac McCarthy. Violence and mayhem ensue after a hunter, Josh Brolin, stumbles upon a drug deal gone wrong and more than $2 million in cash near the Rio Grande. The Treasure of the Sierra Madre is a 1927 adventure novel by the mysterious German-English bilingual author B. Traven, in which two destitute Americans of the 1920s join with an old-timer, in Mexico, to prospect for gold. A New Leaf is a dark comedy film based on the short story The Green Heart by Jack Ritchie, starring Elaine May, Walter Matthau, George Rose and James Coco. Better known for her collaboration as a stage comedian with The Graduate director Mike Nichols, May also wrote and directed Waking Ned is a 1998 comedy film by English writer and director Kirk Jones. It stars Ian Bannon, David Kelly, and Fionnuala Flanagan. Kelly was nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award for his role as Michael O'Sullivan. Rat Race is a 2001 American ensemble comedy film directed by Jerry Zucker, written by Andy Breckman, and starring Rowan Atkinson, Whoopi Goldberg, Cuba Gooding Jr., John Lovitz, Kathy Najimy, Lana Chapman, Breckin Meyer, Amy Smart, Seth Green, Vince Villayuf, Wayne Knight, John Cleese, Dave Thomas, Dean Cain, and Kathy Bates. It's a Mad World is a 1963 American epic comedy film produced and directed by Stanley Kramer and starring Spencer Tracy with an all-star cast, about the madcap pursuit of $350,000 in stolen cash by a diverse and colorful group of strangers. Ruthless People is a 1986 black comedy film written by Dale Launer, directed by David Zucker, Jim Abrahams, and Jerry Zucker, and starring Danny DeVito, Ben Midler, Judge Reinhold, Anita Morris, and Helen Slater, with Bill Pullman in a supporting role in his film debut. Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory is a 1971 musical fantasy film directed by Mel Stewart, and starring Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka. The film, a film adaptation of the 1964 novel Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl, tells the story of Charlie Bucket as he receives a golden ticket and visits Willy Wonka's chocolate factory with 4 other children from around the world.